All right. This place here on the left behind the truck, let's see if I can get over here without getting run over. It's called the Golden Fleece right here. This is supposedly the most haunted place in York. You can see there. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting place. The ghost tours stop there every day. So, I don't know, there must be something to it, but whatever. We went in the other day, no problems. Coming up on the right is Parliament Street, which is where they have the, I think it's called St. Nicholas Fair. But anyway, you can see they're setting up for it right now. It's not quite done, but they build all these little houses, or sheds, I guess, really, to look like houses. And all the local, I don't know, dairy farmers and candle makers and whatever else, they all come and sell their stuff. It's pretty cool. There's usually a market there every day, but it's supposedly one of the biggest ones in England, and it's definitely one of the most famous. People come from all over to see it, so anyway, it's going to be cool to see, I guess. This is the long walk home. This is the bus stop that takes us to Arthur and Izzy's house when we decide to go there. And on the right is actually a shopping center. You can't really see, this is just Marks and Spencer's home. The shopping center is actually on the other side. This is just the back of it, but it's a pretty large shopping center, which is nice. If you, you know, if you want home stuff or shoes or something like that. There's also another Starbucks. Surprise, surprise. I typically would go straight there, but here's the river. It's a little high. Not much more rain and it'll be flooding everybody out like it did a few months ago. I think the last night the south of England got more rain than they've gotten in a long time, and they really got some severe flooding, which is a shame. It looked really bad, honestly. I was watching it on BBC this morning, so hopefully the same won't happen to us. It's the same system, but hopefully it's calmed down a little bit. There's the river. I believe that is the Ouse. Hard to say, though. And you can see here Clifford's Tower. And they called that the Palace. I'm not exactly sure what that is, to be totally honest. It looks like an old building, but it's not quite as old as everything else, so not exactly sure what it, now it's a museum, but and it's kind of attached to Clifford's Tower, but I think it's a museum in and of itself, so I don't know exactly what it is, but it's some old building. The funny thing about it is I can probably hit all of the major landmarks here in a 20-minute walk. So anyway, It's not a very big place. At least the city itself isn't. If you want to get groceries, that's another story. Here's the York Castle Museum. And again, up here on the hill is Clifford's Tower. I hope you guys aren't bored with this because I'm soaking wet. Wanted to give you a good view of what it looks like here on a typical day. Mind the sky. We're supposed to have this for another 3 days, which the thought of it is slightly depressing, but neither here nor there. Check that. That was the Foss back there. This is the Ouse up ahead. This is the big river, which when it floods, it causes some serious damage. Which, as you can see, they're starting to prepare for that scenario. I won't go over there because it's pretty busy and I don't want to get run over. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty seriously flooded already, and it's just after noon now, and we're in for quite a bit more rain, so there's no telling what's going to happen. Oh yeah, those buildings are already flooded straight through there. Wow, not good. It flooded so bad about 2 or 2.5 months ago, like right when we got here, it flooded so bad that it shut down many of these main roads here, so basically people were just stranded. It caused a lot of problems, shut down almost all the buses. So York floods pretty bad when it floods. And there's pubs and other things like the York Dungeon. They're all along the river there, and they just get flooded. I mean, I guess they're just used to it. They have pumps and everything in the basement to pump the water out, but they get flooded all the time. It's really strange. You'd think they would figure something out, but I guess there's nothing they can do, really. This is still part of the Castle Museum. Here's the river with some of the houseboats. This is where all the dams and locks are that let the boats pass through and all that, but I would imagine it's about flooded out itself. Oh yeah, running over top of the dam. Probably can't see it. There's the Foss. You can see the benches and things are starting to flood already. Won't be long. Up ahead is the city wall. I think it goes for a little over 3 miles. And basically just takes you, with a few little gaps, takes you all the way around the actual inner city of York, which is, like I said, just slightly bigger than downtown Cleveland, if even that. But yeah, this is a really, really cool thing about York. I'll cross and walk it for a little bit. You gotta look right then left. You can get in big trouble if you look left then right. And then just run. Because they will not slow down for you. I had a workplace accident over here just now. So we are now up on the wall, and it is very slick. trying not to kill myself. This thing is so slippery. There's an old door. I don't know where that goes. We live just behind this building. It's called the Barbican Center. They have different events and things there. It's one of the smaller ones in town, but still some pretty cool stuff, I think. This jacket is amazing at keeping me dry, but my pants are soaked. At least my shoes aren't soaked yet. You can see the wall continues on there and goes on around back to the Minster. It's a pretty good walk. I think it's about 1.5 miles to the Minster, but it's nice. It's really cool. Some of the best sections of the wall are there. This is Fishergate here, and this is typically how I get home. Back there, if you were to keep walking straight at the shopping center, then you would pop out here, and that wouldn't take you 20 minutes, but it's about a 5-minute walk from the shopping center. So here's the Barbican Center. And from Starbucks, this is how I come home every day. Right then left. Man on Jim, don't forget it, right and then left. Be a bad mistake.